Welcome to our Sunday reflections. From sowing the seed last Sunday, all of a sudden, the set reading in Matthew 13 takes us into harvesting. Lots has happened. There are weeds and wheat all mixed up together, presenting quite a dilemma for the one looking after it all. What a week of growth there must have been. I wonder if this last week has been as fruitful for us. Have we grown? And if so, what sort of fruitfulness is visible in us? There's a difference from last week's parable of the sower, though. In this story, the weeds have not choked the growing seed. Wheat and weeds stand side by side, intermingled, indistinguishable. But that presents something of a dilemma. Now, you may or may not know that I'm bottom of the class when it comes to gardening. A fortnight ago, I was all ready to pluck out an offending green thing which had randomly appeared in a flower bed where nothing had been planted. It must be a weed, I thought. Then someone happened to mention that it was a sunflower, presumably a seed dropped by a bird, now growing in my garden. Now, even if I can't tell a weed from a flower, and you can do that, we must note well that this story in Matthew 13 is not about horticulture or agriculture, but about people. And you and I are equally experienced in that particular field. So what are we to make of this? We'll soon be coming to harvest time, though we won't be singing the old familiar harvest hymns because we're not allowed to, of course. But this story in Matthew 13 reminds me of "Come ye thankful people, come." Because the second verse says, "All the world is God's own field, fruit unto his praise to yield, wheat and tares together sown, unto joy or sorrow grown. First the blade and then the ear, then the full corn shall appear. Lord of harvest, grant that we wholesome grain and pure may be." The harvest hymn, and indeed the story of the wheat and tares, is about something we shy away from: judgment. It's not nice, is it? But more than that, there's all kinds of things wrong, I think, with that harvest hymn, it seems to me, and with the message it sends out. Firstly, I ask, is everything really as black and white as this story and the harvest hymn seems to make it? Yet this stark way of thinking is familiar to us, of course. We hear it and we live it all of the time. The media are keen to paint us as saints or sinners, and once painted we are stuck with our tag, until of course the saints get caught doing something they shouldn't, and then that becomes their label from that point on. We're a very judgmental society. Now, it could be that Jesus means this as a simple word of warning that you and I are not to be bad seed, as though we can begin to control that anyway. You see, that's why I don't think that's what this story is about. I know that I'm not wholly a good person. There are all kinds of things that I'm not proud of in my past and in the way that I function now. I could do a lot better. I could be a lot better. How can I hope by anything I can do to improve so that I, wholesome grain and pure, may be? I'm trying to do and to be my best. Is that enough? Second thing I'm not sure of is, what about everyone else? I'm sure that we're all in the same predicament, a mixture of good and not so good. I can't for the life of me see how some people believe that some of us are good and some of us are evil. It does seem as if this is what Jesus is saying here in Matthew 13, doesn't it? And that those of us who are planted by the enemy will come to a fiery end. No, that's not good news in my book. Where's the grace in Jesus' words? Maybe there's some relief in the short term that the consequences are not quick in coming, for in fact both the wheat and the weeds are all bound up together, and no one is to be weeded out ahead of time, for apparently to remove the weed would also destroy the wheat, though I can't work out how. Or maybe, most fruitfully for all of us, the grace is found in the realization that we cannot tell the difference between the wheat and the weed. This would tie in with the new way of holiness that Jesus embodied, which says, don't remove yourself from the difficult and the nasty stuff. Get involved and work to transform it. That's how Jesus lived, of course, and how we believe he wants us to live. So I think this story is saying that we shouldn't stand aloof and distant and remote from everyone else, but get involved side by side with everyone else, whether they seem to be on our side or not. And maybe, just maybe, in partnering with those who, like us, want the best for our communities and have a heart for the most vulnerable, we might do a bit of transforming ourselves and be ourselves transformed in the process to become more like what God hopes for from us. Perhaps the most important word of hope and grace for us is that we simply do not have the ability to discern the good from the bad, at least not in one another. And that it's not up to us to decide who's good and who isn't. That's quite a responsibility that we don't have to bear. There's time still for us to grow and to become what we're intended to be. So I think this parable, this story is saying, don't judge other people. You can leave all the judgment stuff to God. But remember above all that he's a God who loves us.